In the current highly competitive global economic landscape, it's never been more important to forge key client relationships to help your organisation stand out from the crowd and drive business. And I'm talking to two people who found an innovative way to do just that.
This whole business is about interpersonal relationships and networking. And because of the long lead term nature of our business, that needs to be developed over time. Now, of course, everybody here started from scratch, and there's been a few key areas that have helped develop me and the businesses I've represented. One, of course, is trade shows, but it's a very business-like environment, and I'm firmly of the belief that to develop those relationships a bit more deeply, if you can find a platform where you can spend an intense amount of time networking with these people, these will be lasting relationships that will come to fruition in a business sense several years later. I can't think of a better example of that than the ICCCA workshop, which I've had the pleasure of participating in really from the start of my career. I've been in attendance at several, and I've organised a couple of these as well. And for me, it accelerates the conversation beyond sort of the business conversation, and you end up with a friend at the end of it, and it makes that next phone call just that much easier. And as I say, there are people a dozen years later that I consider friends, and it's only now I might be doing business with them on the back of having met them at an ICCCA workshop.
They're rather like speed dating. So, you have this small group. So there's a convention bureau will bring along a client. Say there's maybe 30 of us, that sort of group. So it's a nice small number. And then we do the appointments. So we have scheduled appointments, very business focused. And you get a chance to meet one-on-one with the clients. And then there's the networking afterwards that's hosted by the city. And there's the opportunity to much more informal arrangements, get to know your clients, spend some quality time together. It's a Thursday to a Saturday, so you have time to be able to spend, rather than rushing around or appointments at trade shows, you have that quality time together.
With respect to your team, have you sent a number of your team on these kind of events? Have you just sort of tried them out yourself at the moment? How's it been?
We usually fight over who gets to go. It's that type of thing.
Okay.
We have been to probably the last 10 ICCCA Client-Supplier workshops. We've only ever missed one, and that was due to a maternity leave. So they're really important to us. They're in the calendar every year.
It's a great way to get your finger on the pulse of the current issues that the associations are facing, and it gives us the opportunity to go back and address them. And therein lies the ability to truly partner up when you are actually doing business. If one meets a dozen or 15 key decision makers from the association world at each of these, you just have to think, if you attend these for 10 years, you've met 150 people potentially. Now, it's sometimes difficult to unpick where a conversation began when you met them, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that ICCCA has been a pivotal part in winning some of this business, no question.
You only need one piece of business, and I think that's the key thing to focus on, that it is the expectations of how you get to network, how you get to speak to your clients. And it may be that it's a long time in fruition, but we got to meet a wonderful team for the Social History Conference, 2,000 delegates that came to Glasgow University last year, and that worked really well for us, and that was a direct contact collaboration with the team from Amsterdam.
Wow, so it definitely works then.
It definitely works.